Hello, Oracles. Well, here we are with another red day for Tesla. What else is new? But when we start looking at shorts and the short attacks that we have, I like to ask questions as to why. Why do we have shorts in the market? Why do people short certain stocks? Why are people currently shorting Tesla stock? So, we're going to dive into a little bit of that today so you guys can get a better understanding as to what is transpiring in the market and what we can look forward to in the future. So again, this is just kind of a little bit of general knowledge based upon why shorts do what they do. So first, we'll take a look at the stock today. And of course, as we know, we were red. We were down just over 3% on the day, closing at 174.04. So again, we talked about it yesterday. If we closed below 180, we will now be looking at this level at 167. We do still have this gap down to 170. We did not fill that today, so we will just pay attention and see if we fill it tomorrow. And volume today came in right around average at 84 million shares trading hands, and the RSI slid down a little bit to 36.85. Now, again, as we talked about before, as we have watched this dead cat bounce, which is again what we are looking like we are going to be going into again right now, is another dead cat bounce. When we track the RSI, as we have done it for the last few months, we came down from this 60 level. We ended up going down into the oversold range. Then we came out and came up to that mid 40 range and then bounced back down into the oversold range, came back up to about 35, back into oversold, then back up to near 50. Now we're looking like we're coming down and might go back into oversold range again. So again, over the next week, we've got the PPI data coming out Friday. We've got the CPI data coming out on Monday, and then we have the FOMC meeting. This is all leading to macro uncertainty. This is usually what leads the market to go red. So we've been pulling back red. Perhaps the market is doing this in anticipation of the Fed doing the expected 50 basis point hike, which the Canadian Fed did themselves today. So we will see this next week, and perhaps this is going to be what we have seen other times this year, which is more of a sell the rumor, buy the news type situation, where we are selling into what we consider to be the normal expected news. We get that news, and then the market rallies out of it. This would then lead us into that Santa Claus rally into the end of the year. Again, this is all near-term movements. I do not know which way we truly are going to go, but based upon historical data, this leads me to believe we might end up seeing this. Now, today we did see two Form 4 filings that came out, one for Zach Kirkhorn and one for Drew Baglino. Both of these looked like they were just executing options and then selling off to pay off taxes afterwards as well. Nothing major from either one of them, nothing to be concerned about whatsoever. And one other rumor we had circulating today was a Ping West story that came out saying that Elon Musk has chosen to name Tamsu Chiaotong, the president of Tesla China, as the American EV manufacturer's global CEO, according to people familiar with the situation. Additional sources have just told Ping West that Su's position will not entail robots and automation for vehicles, but rather will focus on automobiles. So my personal take on this is pretty much the same as most people in the community, which is this is a rumor. We do not feel that this is true. This is something that maybe came out differently in translation. Maybe when there was the discussion going on when Elon had his court case, and there was the discussion about how they do have a new CEO lined up, or at least people lined up to become the next CEO for Tesla. Perhaps this just happened to be one of the names that was circulating during those times, but it does not seem like this is going to be something that Tesla would be doing at any time right now. This is one of those rumors where we're just really going to have to kind of put it on the burner, not really to be too concerned about it, and just wait for Tesla to give us actual clarification as to what they are going to be doing. This is not one of those things where a rumor is going to slip out about this. So again, I took this with a huge grain of salt. Do not think that this is going to come to fruition, but we will wait and see what Tesla has to say in the future. All right, so now getting into shorts. So typically, there are three reasons why people will short a stock. The first reason is because people feel like that company is going to be going bankrupt and going out of business, so they will sell the stock and short it and end up burying that company altogether. That is typically what a lot of shorts are doing. That is what ended up happening with Tesla back in 2018 when they were under one of the largest short attacks ever in the stock market history. A second reason that people may short a stock is they feel that it is overvalued and they have more downside than upside. So they're going to short the stock and make some money on the way down, just as they would on the way back up with a stock that they saw positive upside to. This is another reason that people will short. The third reason people will short a stock is in a bear market like we are in right now, and nearly all of the stocks are coming down. This is a market that is ripe for shorting. And again, just like number two, a lot of people like to make money on both the way down and the way up. So if we are seeing a trend with all stocks and companies coming down, sometimes there are companies like a Tesla that have such a positive future to them that people will intentionally short the stock to bring it down even further because they have the intention of buying the stock even lower. Don't forget, with Tesla stock being down over 50%, if you are down 50% in a stock, if that stock recovers back up that 50%, it is actually doubling and going back up 100%. So you're getting a 2x on your money versus that 50% loss that you originally had. So sometimes shorts will come out and intentionally drive the stock price even lower because the lower they can buy it for, the more they're going to get a return on that investment on the way back up. So again, a lot of times these are hedge funds making these massive moves because they do see a very good positive future for Tesla. And because they see this, and they know that Tesla has a massive retail fan base who will come out and buy significant sums of shares. And now that Tesla has gotten investment grade rating, we now have large institutional money who will also come in to buy the stock. So if these hedge funds can short the stock and drive it down significantly further, that's going to make the stock price itself become more appealing to even more people. So the more they can short the stock in the times that we have right now, where the macro environment is pulling down and not really showing any positive signs of a true bull run coming, these hedge funds will pull that stock down as far as they possibly can because they intend on buying at the bottom because that means that they're going to get a larger return on their investment when the stock price does turn around. This is one of those big ones right now that is very bullish in my eyes because Tesla is being driven down so hard. I am anticipating a massive turnaround coming for the stock when we do get to that point. And so when we start looking at the timing of, well, when is this going to turn around? You've got to look at the entire macro environment. Tesla may turn around from some good news here and there along the way, but as we have seen for pretty much all the year, whatever good news ends up coming out is not going to be a long lived rally. It may rally for a little bit and then it's going to come back down again. Hence, all of the dead cat bounces that we have seen over the last few months. And now, this is not to spread FUD or be bearish on the stock whatsoever. This is more about being realistic in the moment for the near term, in the near term alone. We'll get into more of this on Friday. On Friday, we are going to be having Jen Strahan and Vinny from Investment Club on here, and we're going to be discussing just that. We're going to be discussing the good, the bad, and the beautiful, because we're going to have Jen on here. And we're going to be discussing all of this about what we can anticipate for the next 6 to 12 months for Tesla stock. And it's something that a lot of people just need to be realistic about. So we're going to dive into a lot about that on Friday. And when it comes to all of that stuff that's going to be happening over the next 6 to 12 months, knowing that the stock market will be most likely turning around during that time, what do we do between now and then? That's going to be the prep work. This is the dirty stuff that a lot of people don't like to talk about because there's not a lot of flair behind it. It's not exciting. It's just like a lot of different things in our life. When you're working out and trying to lose weight, this is like the meal prep time. Meal prep isn't exciting. It's kind of boring. But honestly, it's one of the most important things you could possibly do for your health and fitness. It's just like when you're painting, doing all of the prep work, taping, and making sure all of that is set is very boring and monotonous. But by doing a great job with taping, it usually means that your painting job is going to be that much easier and that much better. And it's also like when you're going to be chopping down a tree with an axe. You're going to spend the majority of your time sharpening that axe before you cut the tree down. Most people aren't going to be paying attention to you sharpening that axe, but they will watch that tree falling. Just think about all of the different videos you may have seen on YouTube or TikTok or all of that stuff. People will show you, hey, look at what I did chopping this tree down. But they didn't show you all the time that they took to sharpen that axe to get it to that point. These are the points that I'm making right now because the next 6 to 12 months is this prep time. It's that boring and monotonous time. But this is the most important time that we can have to prep. There's a lot of different ways that we can get ourselves ready for when the market does turn around. And all of the prep work that we do leading up to that point will allow us to take even better advantage of that opportunity when we do get it. So, again, this is something we are going to be discussing on Friday. So, pay attention there. And we're going to go into a lot of these different things to discuss with you guys what you can do to prep along the way to be ready for this. So, again, I know these times are difficult. I know they're not fun, but you got to take a step back and realize this is just the reality that we are in right now. These are the times that you can take to prep and get yourself ready to take down that tree, to be able to get yourself to lose that weight, to paint those walls. This is the time to get ready for all of that. Let me know in the comments below, what are you guys doing to prepare for this turnaround? What is your preparation strategy for the next 6 to 12 months? Also, some more exciting news. We will also be having a live stream on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. with Curious Pedgy. Very excited about this. I actually just met him, didn't even realize he was out there. Awesome guy. If you guys follow him, I know Karav does. Awesome. Love his stuff. So we'll be having him on Saturday morning. If you guys have anything you want to ask him, feel free to share. We're kind of having an open discussion about Tesla. Don't really have any specific topics right now. So if there's anything you guys want to talk about, definitely share it in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate all of your support and feedback. If you have not subscribed, please do so down below. Sign yourself up for notifications. I am over on Twitter at OracleTim1. I share all the latest Tesla news, pertinent stock market information, and all of my daily trades. We do have a Discord chat. That link is down in the description. And if you'd like to support the channel any further, we do have a membership program and a Patreon. Those links are also in the description. Thank you so much. Have a great one.